Hello students, so today we will start the chapter number 9, the excretory system. Now the first question arises that what is excretion? So excretion, it is the process of removal of unwanted substance from our body, and that unwanted substance, it includes a nitrogenous substance mainly. So the definition of excretion is the process of removal of chemical waste from the body is known as excretion. And why this excretion is important? It is important because it helps us to maintain a steady life so that we can stay healthy or we can live healthy. Now, there are many of the organs are there which help in the formation, storage and elimination of urine. That all the organs together form excretory system. Now, the next question arises of what substances to be eliminated. Now, there are several substances are there which are harmful for us. The substances that should be eliminated from our body are carbon dioxide and water, nitrogenous waste, then excess salt and vitamins, water and bile pigments. So these are the things that should be eliminated from our body. Now the first thing is carbon dioxide and water. Now carbon dioxide, it is eliminated, is liberated, is excreted when we exhale, when we perform the process of exhalation. And the extra water, it is released out of the body in the form of sweat. Next, the nitrogenous metabolic waste. Now, the nitrogenous waste, it includes urea, uric acid and ammonia. These are the things that comes under nitrogenous waste, and they are highly toxic for our body. Now, these are the products, they are mainly in the liver, they are produced in liver, and they are produced from the dead proteins that are present in other tissues, and any such extra amino acids cannot be stored in the body. Now they are broken down in the liver to produce the usable glucose and urea. Now urea is a nitrogenous waste, is very highly poisonous, and if it is allowed to stay in our body, it may cause death of that person. So this nitrogenous waste must be eliminated from our body, and they are excreted out through the kidney. Next is excess salt. The excess salt, like salt is a common salt, NaCl, and is excess of water soluble vitamins are also there with that, and they are also eliminated through kidney. Next, water. It is taken in with food and it is removed through the kidney itself, because excess amount of water is not required, is what is removed, which incidentally also serves a useful purpose for dissolving the harmful materials to carry them out. Next is a bile pigment. So these are the breakdown products of the hemoglobin of dead RBCs, and these bile pigments are modified in the intestine and to pigments. As the bile pigments are modified in the intestine to pigments, so the color of the faces is yellowish brown color. So these are the things which should be eliminated. Next, the excretory organ. Now, so as I said you that excretion is brought about by some organs. So the first organ is kidney, then is the sweat gland, next is the lungs. So kidney, it helps to excrete excess urea or nitrogenous waste from the body. Sweat glands, they help in the excretion of excess water from our body along with some salt. And lungs, through lungs carbon dioxide is released out and oxygen is taken in. So we will say about the released one, excretion one. There is excretion of carbon dioxide takes place through lungs. So we will be discussing about kidney now. So this is a figure of a kidney. So these are two bean-shaped kidneys. The kidneys are actually bean-shaped. There are two kidneys are present in our body. They are located on the either side of backbone and they are protected by the last two ribs. The right kidney, it is slightly lower than the left one. This is the position of the kidney. A tube, that is a ureter, it arises from the hilum. Now, hilum is not shown here. Hilum you will be seeing in the next diagram. So, kidney, they comes out from the hilum, and the tube called ureter, it arises from there and it connects to the urinary bladder where the urine gets stored. Okay. And this urine from the bladder comes to urethra and it releases out from our body. Okay. So next is you can see there is a sphincter. This part is shown. So it is a circular muscle that girds the opening of the bladder into the urethra, and they relaxes only at the time of urination. So this is about kidney, that there are two bean-shaped kidneys are located on the either side of backbone and they are protected by two ribs. The right side of the kidney is slightly lower than the left one. There is a tube called ureter. It arises and it connects to urinary bladder. Okay. Then the urinary bladder is again connected to urethra, and there is a sphincter muscle is there which guards the opening of the bladder into the urethra and relaxes only at the time of urination. So this is about kidney. Okay. So the sphincter muscle is there that guards the opening of the bladder into the urethra and relaxes only at the time of urination under an impulse from the brain. Next is the internal structure of kidney. Now, if you see the internal structure, you can see there that the nephrons are shown here. The renal artery, renal vein, there is a ureter, then the renal pyramid, cortex, and renal pelvis. Now, this renal artery is that blood vessel. These are the renal artery and renal vein. These are the blood vessels that are entering the kidney. Renal artery, it enters from aorta to kidney, and renal vein from kidney to posterior vena cava. So, this is about the internal structure. Now, a longitudinal kidney of this longitudinal section of the kidney, they shows two main reasons. One is the cortex and another is the medulla. You can see the cortex here. The cortex, these are some stripe-like structures are shown here. The stripe-like structures are called as cortex. You can see here the medulla in the cortex is shown. Okay. Now, the medulla is composed of some finely stripped-like substances. They are called as the conical pyramids. So, the inside part is called as medulla and the outside part is called as cortex, and medulla is composed of pyramids. Okay. The apex of each pyramid projects into the pelvis of the kidney. You can see the pelvis portion. The apex of the pyramids are projected to the pelvis of the kidney. And the kidney is composed of, you can see the nephrons here. The nephrons are they are also called as a uriniferous tubule. These is the nephrons are the functional unit as well as a structural unit of kidney. So kidney is composed of many numbers of nephrons or uriniferous tubules or renal tubules, or they are also called as kidney tubules, and they are the structural as well as the functional unit of kidney. So we will be finishing our class till here, till the excretory organ and the internal structure of kidney. About the structure of kidney tubule we will discuss in our next class. Thank you.